Hi everyone, welcome to this video. We're here to talk about one of my latest hair tool purchases. Now I don't talk about hair products very often because I am a very simple girl when it comes to my hair. I'll find something that works and I really just stick to it. I'm not, don't have a lot of finesse when it comes to styling my hair. But I have recently bought a tool that I posted on Facebook. And by the way, if you don't connect with me currently on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that is a lot of fun. And I share a lot of preview photos, things from what's going on behind the scenes. If I buy a new product, maybe I'll put it up there. Hey, you guys want to hear about it? And you guys vote and let me know, what you think. And this was one of those cases where I posted a photo of this over on my Facebook page and you guys want to hear about it. So here I am talking to you about the InStyler Ionic styling wand. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm sure there's a few names. They just call it the Ionic styler, but that gets a little bit confusing because I already own this tool, which is the InStyler rotating iron. I've talked about it, raved about it, love it, still use it. Quick, easy. I can do my hair in under 10 minutes, unheard of for someone who's not that skilled with brushes and curling wands and things like that. This is great. It's a great tool. However, the reason I decided to get this one was because this is actually a rotating iron, meaning that there is a motor in the bottom, and as soon as you plug it in and start using it, it makes quite a bit of noise. And on days where I wake up very early, I don't want to disrupt anyone, or if I'm out, on a trip and things like that, this is a little heavier, and this is quite lightweight. And if I want to be a bit more discreet, I wanted something that was easy to use compared to a curling wand for me anyways, but also simple, portable, and quiet as well, which is why I went for this one. Now the main selling point of the Ionic styler is the fact that it has ionic ceramic technology in this wand right here, this part, and then it has cool touch bristles, nylon tip bristles that as soon as you heat it up, when it's ready to use, you can just do this. It will not burn you. You will not get lots of neck marks as we do when we're curling our hair accidentally, especially with those clipless curling wands. I've burned myself numerous times. I think I'm on the verge of just giving up with those things altogether. They're nice, but I'm so clumsy with them. So this is, cool to the touch. That's one selling point. And it's also meant to be kind of a 4-in-1 tool to replace your straightening iron, to replace your curling wand, to replace your curling iron, your volumizer, all sort of things. It has a lot of claims behind it. But this one, the original, is $60 Canadian, $60, and there is also a pro version for $90 Canadian. You can find both over online on the InStyler website, of course, but you can also find them in London Drugs if you live here on the Canadian West Coast. If you don't have London Drugs, a store like that near you, if you live on the East Coast, you can actually order from the London Drugs website. They will ship across the country in Canada, which is great. But I prefer to see my tools before I put down my money, which is why I popped into the store to check this one out. So this one is $60. The $90 one is actually a bit of a different design. The outside looks the same, but it actually splits open in the middle. So you can use it just like a hair straightener to straighten your hair. But I thought, hey, this was advertised to be a straightener, curler, everything in one. Why would I pay the extra $30? Rather spend it on a lipstick, So I didn't get the pro version, but that is also available. Now there are only 2 heat settings, pretty much one sliding button, and 3 different placements that you can put this button in, and it goes from off to low heat to high heat, and that is it. There is nothing else on here. This is an on and off ready indicator button. There are no temperatures on this, which is a bit perplexing. This does not tell you exactly what is the specific heat setting for the low versus the high. According to the infomercial, which I've watched online, I'll link it down below for you guys as well in case you're interested in hearing the infomercial. But it tells you that this actually has some technology to detect exactly what is the right temperature for your hair, so it doesn't actually tell you what temperature each setting is, but it does say that the highest setting this goes to is around 390 degrees Fahrenheit. For the pro version, it is set to go up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and that really is the only 2 main differences between the regular, which is this one, and also the pro version. I will actually, because I just learned how to do this, I will put a little clip right here going on right now on how you use this tool. Now, as you can see, it's a little harder to use than it seems. In the infomercial, they make it look super easy. Pretty much, you take a piece of your hair, gotta brush it out, take your ready styler, right? Once you heat it up, it's ready to go. Brush it through your hair, and then just kind of get your hair on here, and you twist it through and let it kind of slide down, and you have a beautiful curl. That's pretty much all that I do. It is harder to do than that. I've had this for almost 2 months now, I believe, and it has taken me so long to get any of this, to get this down in terms of the wrist twisting motion, in terms of which direction to put the styling wand. It is difficult. In fact, I would say it is a lot more difficult for me to get the hang of versus the rotating iron right here. This was pretty quick and easy for me, and I can get a beautiful, smooth curl with that. My hairstyle today, although it's fallen flat a little bit, I did this just about 2 hours or so ago with the Ionic styling wand. I did not put any product in my hair. There's no hairspray. There's no nothing in my hair. I just literally washed my hair last night, let it air dry, went to bed. This morning, brushed it out, and used this to style my hair. For those with fine hair or normal hair, this will be quite a nice product for you, I think, if you want something quick, easy, portable, quiet. And it does give you varying types of hair texture. In terms of the InStyler rotating iron, it gives you a very symmetrical, identical, curl every single time, because the barrel is a set size and you have to clamp your hair in here, and there's really not much variety you can do. This, I would say, gives you very smooth, glamorous, big waves or big curls. And also you can straighten with this as well. That's pretty good in that department. But this really gives you more option in terms of creating different types of texture in your hair, so you're not getting one identical curl every single time that you're using this through every single chunk of hair that you're putting this through. You can do a bit of fun, a bit of play with this tool, which is nice. However, I don't find it to be great at smoothing the hair. As you can probably see right now, I have a bit of flyaways, and that's not just because I brush my hair through, but it's because this doesn't really smooth my hair. It will take down some of the volume if you have frizzy hair or poofy hair, or you just woke up from bed, you know what I'm talking about, that big hair situation. It will help you take that down a bit, but it will not really straighten or totally completely smooth your hair. Ceramic, ionic, I don't care what they're calling it, it just does not work for me in those terms. I don't have very thick hair. I have medium strands of hair, medium to fine, but I have a lot of hair on my head. So something like this does work, but if you do have very curly hair or you have very frizzy hair, I'm not certain this will really do the job. In fact, I would much recommend this one versus this for that purpose. Or if you have coarse hair, thick hair, go for this one versus this, in my opinion. Now, I do like this for a couple of different reasons. Number one, of course, is portable. Number two is cool touch. Haven't burned myself yet, which is great. It is actually cool to the touch on the bristles and also at the tip, where you can hold it like this. It's just easy to use in that sense if you're not great with the conical clipless curling wands, or even with a traditional hair styling curler like a curling wand. If you are prone to burn yourself, this does not hurt once you plug it in, which is great. You can feel a bit of heat. It's not absolutely cool. You can feel a bit of heat and warmth, but it does not burn you. However, I will say that while all of this is cool to the touch, this bit right here does actually heat up. I don't know if they just forgot about this or they didn't think it was important, but once this is heated, if you put your finger on this, it is hot, and do be careful about that. The whole thing isn't foolproof. This little bit does heat up, and it will hurt if you touch it. In terms of the settings, actually, the low versus high, I don't have very thick hair like I just said, but I find it works much better on the high setting. I don't know exactly how many degrees that is. As it says, it's meant to really detect the thickness of your hair and just automatically adjust to you exactly what you need. But I do find the high works a lot better than the low setting. I have used both, and it just holds my curl a little bit better. In terms of how long the curls last, I would say this lasts longer than this. Now, if I am using the Ionic styling wand, I will have to spray down my hair with a hairspray. I don't necessarily put anything before that other than a heat protectant, but post styling, I will spray down with a hairspray. With this, it isn't always necessary for me to hairspray it afterwards. I just find that this makes the curl last a bit longer, and this doesn't. However, this is really nice for a few things. Other than adding different types of texture, I find it great to add a bit of a flip or curl to the ends of my hair, because you can simply kind of run your hair through the bottom, and you can actually use your hands to help you guide the hair through and just make that nice little flip. If you have a lot of shorter layers in your hair, this is great if you want to bring out the texture in your hair, you know, to give dimensionality to your hair, or if you have longer layers to break up the bottom by adding a bit of curl and then just putting a light pomade or a styling paste through the ends of your hair. It's great that way. It is a nice tool. Is it $60 worth of a nice tool? I think I would feel much better paying about $40 up to $50 or something like this maximum. I would like to be around 40. I think it's probably only worth 40 in my opinion for what it does. I didn't pay $60 full price. I did buy this on sale, which makes me feel a little bit better, but I definitely would not pay the $90 for the pro version. I don't see it being as efficient as it advertises in the infomercials. And one thing that actually doesn't do for me at all is create that gorgeous volume on top. What they show in the infomercials is you can actually just put this, you know, under and just comb it through and it'll provide great volume at the roots. It did not do that for me at all. Maybe I'm using it wrong. I've tried it quite a number of times in different ways. It just did not perform in that aspect. I still use it. I use it on a regular basis. I do use this when I want really fancy, glamorous hair, when I want something very pristine, perfect. If I'm going to be doing a photo shoot or going to an event, I will use this. But for every day, I use this a lot more frequently. And by the way, this heats up incredibly quickly. Under 1 minute, plug this in, turn it on, go grab yourself a hairbrush, comb through your hair, and this is ready to use. Very, very fast heat up, very efficient in that sense. So I really think that is all there is to say about it. I hope that you enjoyed this review along with this mini demo right here I try to put together. In terms of which one is better, if you have thicker hair, coarser hair, if you want a more smoothing action, if you want to straighten your hair, smooth your hair, go for the InStyler rotating curling iron. If you have a fine hair to very fine hair, if you are looking to add just a bit of texture and more fluffiness to your hair, shall we say, go for this one. But do be careful, it does tend to tangle easily and it is more difficult to learn how to use, and it will not completely straighten your hair. That is all I have to say. If you have questions and comments, pop them down below this video in the comments section. Again, I hope that you enjoyed and found this helpful. Anything else, talk to me. Social media over here on my video, my blog, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, lots of ways to connect. I will see you next time. Take great care of yourselves. Bye-bye.